behalf of the co-organizers, an international coalition of human rights NGOs, I'm honored to welcome all who have come near and far to join us today in the Geneva International Conference Center, directly across from the UN headquarters, the European headquarters, as well as all those who are joining us via webcast from around the world. We here one day before the UN Durban Review Conference. Stated objective is to assess member states for their record on racism, discrimination, xenophobia, and related intolerance. The eyes of the world look on Geneva. Who will guide the assembled government to properly address the human rights issues and situations of discrimination around the world that most require attention? Who will seek justice for millions of human rights victims around the world by demanding accountability from the governments that oppress them? Who will demand implementation for the victims most in need of the Durban Declaration call for equality, non-discrimination, and fundamental freedom without distinctions of race, color, sex, language, religion, political, or other opinions, national or social origin? Who will speak out for the basic principles of human rights, tolerance, and democracy that were bequeathed to us in the aftermath of the barbarous acts of World War II by the drafters of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the Genocide Convention, both of which now mark their 60th anniversary? Today's summit brings together some of the world's well-known human rights heroes, activists, dissidents, genocide survivors, legal scholars, diplomats, and statesmen. Victims and former prisoners of conscience will share with us their struggle, their suffering, and their dream of a more humane, free, and tolerant world. Today is an occasion for civil society to speak out for the millions of voiceless victims around the world, from Darfur to Tibet, Burma to Iran, who every day suffer from discrimination, repression, and persecution. Today, through an interactive session, NGO networking, and our concluding declaration, we will urge the United Nations this week to live up to its founding ideals. And just one point of administration before we begin, please turn off your cell phones and electronic devices that will disturb us today. We will have about 5 sessions. Each will lead us to about 6:30 p.m. and with a lunch break in between 12:45 and 2:30 p.m. It's all in your conference packages. And there are some question forms on your table. Please write your questions because